Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. I know it's been a minute, but guys, we are back with another video. And today's hair is sponsored by Ashimary Hair Company. They sent me over this 28-inch, like it's like a multi blonde colored wig. So it's like has some 613 dark ash blonde, like it's like a multi ash blonde colored wig. And of course they saw me some extra few goodies in the package as well. So this is what the wig looks like fresh out of the pack. Okay, all I have to do is just pluck this wig and install it. But as I mentioned, it has those multiple tones of blonde. It is a regular lace front wig. So after I go ahead and pluck this wig, I will go ahead and begin the installation process. So jumping straight into the installation process, I went ahead and did my ball cap off camera, and I'm just taking some Ruby Kisses foundation and applying it on the inside of the lace. Now I do have a few disclaimers for this video. For one, this wig was a little bit too small for my clients, so we're definitely gonna have to do a lot of finessing for this install today, but we did make it work. Okay, the end result was still pretty. Another thing that irritated me a little bit with this install is like everything that I plucked ended up getting cut off based on the hairline. And I know I spoke about that situation before in a previous install video on like how to fix that. But today I did not actually fix that issue. I just went ahead with the styling because you will see why later on in this video. But however, the same rules apply. You know, once you do your ball cap, you add your foundation to the lace, you could go ahead and begin to apply your layers. And think for her install today, I did use about 3 or 4 layers. So once I spread all that out and it is clear, I will begin to tack down the wig. So just in case someone asks, the cap size that we used in this video was a medium, but I will definitely recommend trying to get a large if you do have like a larger size head or whatever like that. So because like I mentioned, this wig was a little too small for her hairline, we did have to really like stretch. But then, you know, I heard a little rip and I was like, let me chill especially not in the front. Okay, so however, I'm just placing that glue, placing the wig right into that glue, and I'm just combing and blow drying, combing and blow drying, and then I'm going to tie the lace down with the melt band and let that sit for a few minutes. Okay, so now it's time to cut that extra lace off. And like I mentioned, mostly everything that I did pluck towards the middle of the hairline is about to get cut off. So the hairline is going to look very, very thick in the center. But with the styling today, it really doesn't matter because we will be doing a side swoop. So that whole hairline thing will be covered. The only part of the hairline that will show is really just on the side where the part is on. So it's like I wasn't tripping. But if you are a person who was planning on doing like a middle part install, or you know, if I was to be styling the other side or whatever the case is, and everything that you pluck gets cut off, then you would definitely have to take your time and pluck it and do the plucking onto your client's head. But as I mentioned, for this style it was okay because we are doing a side part swoop look. But if she did want to reinstall this wig, then of course we would have to go in and repluck the whole hairline, and that way once we install it, it will be able to match her more perfectly. But nevertheless, I'm just going to go in with glue under those little places and cut the lace on the other side, and then we're going to tap some foundation, create the side part, kind of like pre-prep like the baby hairs coming down and everything for the style, and then resume again with the melt belt. So another thing, like I mentioned, because the wig was too small, just a tad bit of her edges right there was left out, and we had to leave a little extra lace on the side to make, you know, most of that hairline cover. So we're just gonna finesse that whole look by doing, you know, the baby hairs on the side. So like I tell y'all, I really had to finesse this wig today to get this content going for you guys, but the overall finished look came out beautiful. So it might be some situations with your clients like the wig don't fit, or you know what I'm saying, and as a stylist, either you could decline, or if you like me who don't like to just turn people away, you gonna finesse it and make it work. Like, you might have to tell them like, hey, I could finesse it for this look, but you know, it's gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying, it might not fit ear to ear, or we might have to cut this thing and just make it a closure. You know, it's just ways you have to be able to finesse. I feel like as a hairstylist, it's gonna come a point of time in this hair game where you're gonna have to finesse some stuff and make it work, okay? But we definitely made it work. So that's why I decided to do the side swoop with you know, the crimps and everything, as y'all seen in the video. And we did do some blonde baby hairs, and y'all already know how I feel about baby hairs on colored hair. I am not really a big fan, but I'm not gonna lie, lately I've been feeling a little bit different. I've been seeing like some color installs with the baby hairs and a lot with the blonde, and I'm like, okay, you know what, maybe let's give it a try. But for today, we definitely did have to do that to really finesse this wig install today. So I'm just gonna pull some of their hair down, y'all know, to create my two swoops. So some right there by the temple, and then we're gonna pull some down there by the sideburn as well, and just go ahead and plait that up, add more foundation to the edges of the lace, spray it, and tie it down with the melt band. So another step that I did before actually tying the melt bell is I just kind of went in and pressed out the hair a little bit more towards the top, and you know, kind of prepped it to be ready to be swooped. So I'm just going to use the wax stick and a hot comb and just kind of mold it down. But then I'm going to flip it backwards to tie the melt belt and just let it hang down. But I'm just kind of pre-prepping for the swoop, so I'm just going in with that wax stick and that hot comb and hitting those roots layer by layer. So once we do remove that melt belt, we can just continue to lay it down in place and smooth everything in. And now I'm just going to take that foundation once again and just tap it across the hairline. You want to put just enough on the edges, not too much where the hair is turning brown or anything like that. And then I'm going to spray the hairline down and then tie it down with that melt band. And once I remove that melt band, I will go ahead and begin to start molding the swoop into place. And then I'm going to be showing you the little method that I showed you before in a previous YouTube video, but you know how to secure your swoop into place. That way it's not that way you don't have to use bobby pin and then it's falling down all over the place. Like if you go to sleep and you wake up and your bobby pin slip, that means your swoop messed up. So I will explain to you again how I secure that swoop in case you didn't see the previous video, and then we will go ahead and crimp the hair up. So the first thing is first, to get a nice and smooth swoop is you want to make sure you hot comb it out from the roots really well. Add a little wax stick to give it that nice little firm stick together feel. And then what I like to do is I like to start with the back part of the swoop. I kind of like swooped up my comb first, and then I will be using a little holding spray in between each part, just more so on the root to kind of mold it. And then you just want to comb and swoop in that C motion, pushing it towards the back. So I like to use the holding spray, and I just push everything behind the ear to form it how I want it to be. And then I will go ahead and secure it by tying it, tying it together with another piece of hair from the wig on the opposite side, and securing that piece with the rubber band to secure the swoop. So just step, row by row if you can. Mold that root, and then take the rest of the hair and swoop it how you want to with your fingers and a comb, and add a little holding spray to secure the swoop. Okay, so now that I have the swoop I want it to be, I'm just gonna have her hold the hair, and I'm just gonna grab all the hair from the swoop and just grab a little piece from the other side of her head. And I just took a rubber band and tied those two pieces together, and I just pulled it tight so it didn't move. And then I'm gonna secure it with that rubber band, pull it tight, and just drop it down, and her swoop will be held into place. So once I do that, I will go ahead and do the baby hairs, and then we will do the crimps. So yeah, let's get to it. So I'm just gonna pull, pluck some of the hairs out of the baby hair so they're not super, super thick. And it's kind of hard to see like the scalp part of the wig because of the color and because the lace is like a transparent lace and not an HD lace. So it's like you can't really see like the scalp effect like you want. But however, I'm just going to take the scissors, cut those baby hairs, curl it backwards, and to make the baby hair show, I'm going to use a holding spray. If you use a gel or a mousse, it's going to make the baby hairs more see-through and you won't be able to really see them. But if you actually want to see the color of your blonde baby hairs, then it's best that you go in with the holding spray. That way it just molds it into place versus like melting it in with your skin and making it look thin or like it's not really there. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm just using holding spray, using the eating holding spray, and just swooping those baby hairs into place. And I would do the same thing with the sideburn. Cut it, curl it, and swoop it with that holding spray as well. And that way your baby hairs show when you have that blonde hair versus if you did use like mousse or gel to lighten the color or kind of make it look invisible. You know what I mean? So once I swoop that other baby hair, then I will go ahead and take some foundation and line up the part. That way we can get a nice, clean, brown, seamless part to go with the client's skin tone. And then we will go ahead and crimp this baby up. And just to get a little more up close and personal on the baby hairs, you guys seen it. As you can see, the baby hairs are showing nice and easy in the sideburn as well. And we're just taking that foundation and cleaning up that part so that part could be more bold and the hairstyle could look more cleaner. But once I am done with that, I will go on my bed head Away We Go crimping iron. And y'all know that's my 4-level crimping iron. And using the biggest setting for crimps, I would just go ahead and crimp her hair up, which I'm not going to do all in detail because y'all done see me do tutorials on crimping as well. So once I do this other side baby hair, I would just go ahead and crimp this hair up. I just completed my last crimp. Y'all know when I crimp, I don't like to use any holding sprays. I just like it to be soft and natural. And for this to be a straight wig, those crimps came out beautifully, and that made your hose curl really, really good. So I'm just gonna fluff the curls out a little bit and, you know, show you guys the finishing look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I am back posting, so make sure y'all turn on the notifications and turn on them subscribe bells. All right, bye.